POS show yo. Yo, it's POS with Pat and Bobby. News so wild it's never sloppy. Talk the truth, don't make it snobby. Who's the POS? We getting choppy. POS show yo.
Yo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy hump day. Hope you're all humping well. Bobby, how's it going?
It's going, man. How about you?
I'm also going. I just found out that even though my recording at Comics Roadhouse will be, for me, headlining August 8th through 10th, I will also be there this weekend. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yes, and I'm happy because it's work, but I have a free weekend. But I'll be opening up for Matt Friend. But it's weird that I'm middling there, and then in literally 2 weeks I'll be headlining there. So it's do I promote this? So I guess if you're in the area and you want to see a show, great, but still come see the show. But it is a great opportunity to run through a lot of the material in smaller segments, in 20-minute sets each time, and on the same stage and get that feel. So I guess it'll be good that way. But yeah, I'll be there Thursday night, 8 o'clock, Friday night, 8 o'clock, Saturday, 6 and 8. Same times that will be for me when I'm recording August 8th and 10th. So come both times. Why not? You can see it. But I won't be at the casino as much this time because this was last second, so I couldn't free up my work schedule that much. But I'll be there for one. I'll be there at nights, but it'll be a lot of back and forth and running around. But that's what I've been doing lately anyway. So looking forward to that. It'll be fun. And in between that too, I've got a really good show August 2nd in Derby. AJ from Chess and AJ will be in the middle act, but Travis Steele, really funny guy from the upper state New York area. I've known Travis for a while. He's going to come down to headline it, so it should be fun. So make sure
that'll be a great show. That's in Derby, you said?
That's in Derby.
Oh, that'll be a fun one, man. I wish I could make it up for that, just to watch.
It'll be fun. So, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I had a thought today when I was pulling in a gas station. Now, you've ridden in my car. It is a greenhouse, is it not? If the sun's beating, sun's beating, yeah, it's gonna get hot right away.
Shit wasn't growing in there. It was fine.
No, not that bad.
I was
We've got our own vegetables in the back. Would you like some corn? You just got to pick it yourself. No,
I call this Bobteria. Okay, that's gross, but
it makes you trip. But as I was pulling into the gas station and it was super hot today, I saw a tinted out police vehicle, and it raises the question, why do they get to tint the shit out of their windows, but if I do, I go to prison? What about...
When you see it's a lady cop, you don't want to... You fucking drive fast.
You're like, this bitch ain't catching me.
Yeah, that's just a bitch. Ain't going to fucking pull me over. Lady
cop,
I
hit a curb.
Or you slow down and go, yeah, girl. Because for some reason, cop girl, you're like, whore. Even though they're not, you're like, yeah.
I was listening to an old Patrice tape where he was like, if a woman cop arrests me, or talks to me, just know I'm letting you do that. Right. And this woman cop called in and was like, what do you mean? He was like, honey, I would ragdoll you if I chose to. I'm being polite. I'm following the rules of society. And it's just I just don't get it. What makes them above the law? Why do they get to be all cool? Oh, you can't do that. You might be selling drugs, but we can do it. I don't know.
The old Adrian Iapolucci bit where she's like, when she thought someone broke into her house and 2 female cops came. She goes, well, who's going to come save all of us?
That's a great bit.
Yeah.
Now there's just 3 victims.
Yeah. Now we're just all going to get beat up by some large Shaquille O'Neal guy. Whatever. God damn it. I don't know why they get to have tinted windows. I see a lot of people with tinted windows that are more tinted than normal. And I know that if they win for emissions, they get in trouble. But I've never really, not that I would know, but I don't recall ever hearing of anyone being pulled over or given a ticket for it. I think they're told not to, but I haven't seen it. But then again, I'm not in the hood.
That's a good point. I knew a manager who had a written thing from his doctor that he needed to have prescription tinted windows because his eyes were so bad or something. and they
He's not
still
so bad.
fined him.
His car had to be glasses. Get him out of
It
the
was
car.
it was bullshit, but he just didn't win those. But like, no, he had to go to court and try to fight it.
Yo, his car can't be glasses. Fuck you. Get him out of there.
Did you see what Lynn Cotter said? That's pretty funny.
Yes, they are. Yeah, did I see the one comment? Yeah.
So the
I
cops
learned.
didn't get caught sleeping. That's pretty funny.
Bobby, you told me before the show we have an update on something we covered yesterday.
Oh, we sure do. So we both found this story yesterday, which was Charlotte Desjardins.
I don't think her name was Charlotte.
Then we may have an update. 3-time gold medalist Charlotte Desjardins
I
of
don't
Britain.
know why I
Okay.
thought it wasn't.
No.
Oh, I was
didn't
saying
think the
Desjardins. That's why. Charlotte Desjardins.
I didn't think it was Charlotte either. That's why I was double checking. Like, did the Stingray start riding a horse?
Yeah, because I thought it was a different name I was saying yesterday.
If you didn't see the episode, basically a 3-time medalist for Britain was sent home. She does the dancing of the horses things, and not the cool horse like rodeo. We talked about that yesterday. But she does like the horse dancing, skipping. Oh, look, I'm cool. And she got caught on video. And what they just in the story I found described as a momentary lapse of judgment. So I assumed it was just like she kissed the horse or something. But Pat, in your story, it said that she was caught beating the horse. Now that this story,
It wasn't a dead one. It was a regular one.
and we learned all about that.
Yeah.
Now it's come out that it wasn't just a momentary lapse of judgment. Like hundreds of videos and hundreds of abuse stories have come out.
Like she can't stop beating horses.
I got a need to beat equestrian things. She is the Mike Vick of horse beating. It's turned out. Like, so many tapes have come out, and honestly, it's made me more of a fan. She has that drive to win.
Yeah, it's like she's Joe Jackson and horses are her kids. Like, she can't stop beating them to make them the best.
And she's really pissed because apparently this year's was the Michael of the bunch.
No, this year was nothing but Tito's. That's why she's pissed.
You have that one line, and I'll be there.
Now what? Okay, what's worse? Somebody who just beats a horse every day, or someone who did it once? You're still a horse beater.
Yeah, it's kind of like that old joke about you build one railing, they don't call you a rail maker. You serve one pint, they don't call you a bartender, but you fuck one goat.
Yeah, and you're a goat fucker.
Let me ask you this: what's worse?
To go. Richie, I would love to go. I'm going to be at the casino opening up for Matt Friend on Friday, so I will not be able to make it to Joey C's Boathouse for the boy band experience, which I would love to be at.
Let me ask you this, Pat: what's worse, beating a horse or choking the chicken every day?
Now, do you mean literally or figurative?
Let's do both, actually. I meant figuratively, but let's do literally as well.
Okay.
The
So
chicken
out of
gets
the
off
three-
on it.
Out of the three, as much as whipping a horse is terrible, it's been done enough back in the day where there are people who can say, well, it does help them train. I don't believe that. I think it's wrong. I'm just saying. But nowhere have I ever heard that physically taking a chicken's throat and throttling it helps the chicken do better. So, and jerking off is great. So, I would say from least to worst, jerking off, whipping a horse, and then choking a chicken.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you here. And it's just because I happen to know this particular chicken's fetish is to be choked. So that's the
What
least
chicken?
offensive. The one I'm
chicken?
talking about in this scenario, the hypothetical
No,
chicken.
you didn't. You have to give me background if you're going to do that. You can't afterwards add in foreplay.
I threw the ball to you first. I'm adding the foreplay in here. Schrodinger had his cat. Tamburro's got his chicken, and it likes to be choked.
Bobby, you get a fleshlight. Courtesy of Ricky Smith.
Well, is it new or used? That's my only
Used.
question, Ricky. All
Fucking
right, fair
used.
enough. We'll bleach it.
Nope. Got to use it as is.
As is. Ugh.
Yeah,
Pre-lubricated.
As jizz.
Nobody wants a pre-lubricated fleshlight.
All right. Well, does that mean she goes to jail? No, that's not illegal to whip a horse, is it?
No, this was just like an update. Like, hey, yesterday where we said it was kind of like a one-time thing, it wasn't. This bitch is crazy.
Right, but is it illegal to whip a horse? I mean, it's illegal to beat a dog, right? If you're a dog beater, you get arrested, right? Or no?
I think let's see.
Animal abuse, is that illegal? Like, you get arrested for animal abuse.
It's not animal abuse.
She whipped
don't
a
think.
horse.
But don't, like, I watch the horse races. That's all the caddy does is fucking beat that horse.
No, I don't think they really do it anymore. I think they just have like a noise thing.
No, they got that same thing dominatrixes have.
Is whipping a horse. Gotta put a horse. Illegal. If I were just whipping illegal, they're like, some states no.
In most states, it's encouraged.
Whipping a horse can be illegal depending on the circumstances and the country. The California Code of Regulations prohibits drivers from using unreasonable force when whipping a horse. This includes using the whip to poke or goad the horse between its legs, whipping more than twice in a row without giving a horse a chance to respond, and whipping more than 6 times during a race. So you're allowed to whip, but just that's crazy. That's like you say I can punch you in the neck 4 times, but 6 is too much.
Yeah, it is kind of like, how did you come up with that number? Was there science behind it?
You got to give them a chance to respond. So if that means I can just open hand smack somebody in the face if they don't do what I want, but as long as they have a chance to go, all right, I'll do it. I can't hit them again.
Wait. In England, it's even crazier because I was trying to see if it was illegal for her in England. In England, the use of whips in horse racing is regulated but not entirely banned. The BHA, the British Horse Racing Authority, has implemented specific rules, and their rules are jockeys are only allowed to use the whip in the backhand position and are limited to a certain number of strikes, 7 in flat races and 8 in jump races. So it's not illegal if you do it in the means of the sport, but you can get fined within the rules. It's kind of like steroids, but not at all.
Yeah, but it doesn't shrink your balls, but it can hurt them.
Do you remember the movie Racing Stripes?
No.
So this
Is that the one about a zebra being a horse?
Yeah, but that's not the plot. The plot's not about the zebra racing as much as it is the horse likes music. So they put headphones on the zebra and it races fast to music. And
Who played the horse?
Eddie Murphy. Actually, it may have been Chris Tucker. One of those two.
You got whipped the fuck out.
Well, and then he's racing to rock music. And you're like, I don't think so. I don't think that's what's firing him up.
I'm racist.
But dude, the way
I love racing.
They sue so she can't race to win the Triple Crown with this zebra. And they say that it's using an electrical device to make the horse go faster. And they mean like tasers is how the rule's written. But instead they sue, so she's not allowed to race. So the young girl breaks into the stadium PA system and plays Aerosmith, so the horse wins the race.
Oh, nice. Well, I wonder which Aerosmith. It couldn't be like the stuff like from like the.
It
90s,
was not
2000s.
a fast song. It was a 90s 2000 because that's when the movie came out. It was like that album came out with the movie. It was, which one was it? The one Eminem did.
Oh yeah, but that's not a slower one.
Either way,
sing with me, sing for the years. That's from the 70s. That's old school. So that's Aerosmith rock. That's
okay. I don't really know Aerosmith as well as I thought.
Yeah, no, I was talking about like the era of like Crazy and all that kind of shit. Everything where Tyler was putting his daughter Liv Tyler in the videos, and Alicia Silverstone. That's where she became famous from those videos.
That makes sense. I don't know what she's famous for now.
Well, she got Clueless because of that. I mean,
she got Clue. Okay, that's who it is.
I mean,
put the
she
two
was
together.
Those videos were just her being a hot piece of ass, going on these little journeys with Liv Tyler being a hot piece of ass in little cars while the song played in the background. But you're just like, this is weird. And Steven Tyler's got his daughter just being like smoking hot, and fucking Alicia Silverstone. You're like, what the fuck? And like literally, both of them got careers off Aerosmith videos.
And then Steven Tyler started dressing like his daughter.
He was already
the hot girl, but like now he looks like them.
He was already dressed like everyone's aunt.
Oh God, it's amazing how people didn't put on how much of music was gay. Like people just didn't realize.
What I've heard is cross-dressing isn't gay. Real men do it.
Real men of queerness.
Yes. You want to know about a real man? I got a real man for you.
Nice radio segue, buddy. I'm rubbing off on you. I love it.
Tom motherfucking Brady's a real man, God.
Oh, yes, he is.
That man, he has a type, and that type is hot supermodels. Yeah, that's just his type. That's not everybody's fucking type. Yeah, whatever. Tom Brady's casually dating Sports Illustrated swimsuit model Brooks Nader after arena shack fling. I don't know what that is. He has a type. Tom Brady's casually dating, in quotes, model Brooks Nader. The source exclusively tells Page 6. Gossip Instagram account Dumois first reported that the retired NFL star 46 has been seen out in public with the Sports Illustrated swimsuit model 27 a few times, but the relationship status was unclear. Our insider exclusively tells us that the two are indeed romantically involved, though the tryst is nothing serious at this time. Well, I think it's right. They're fucking.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's in the article.
The French magazine that this is in is called Do Moi, which is just the French version of that Weezer song. Do me, do me, do me, do me.
Other than that was two me's. Un, deux, moi is to me. Or not to me.
That is the question. They fucking.
Reps for Brady and Nader did not immediately return Page 6's request for comment. The fling appeared. I always love those comments because that means someone's like, "Hello, Tom Brady, are you fucking that lady?" Like, no comment. Like, all right. Hello, lady, is Tom Brady fucking you? Like, no comment.
No comment. No comment.
Stop calling us every time we do something. Hello, Tom Brady, are you jerking off the stuff? Like, no comment. Okay.
We could see the phone. We could see the bill from the lobby, Tom.
The fling appears to be very new amid Nader's ongoing divorce from Billy Hare. Oh, she's getting divorced as she's getting banged by Tom Brady. That stinks for Billy Hare. Page 6 exclusively reported in May that the brunette beauty was calling it quits with the businessman after less than 5 years of marriage. You don't want to just be a businessman when Tom Brady's giving her the business. That's not what you want at all. You want to be way more famous than businessman.
This guy's going to buy the Giants.
What would that do?
The one team that kept beating Brady. He's like, that's the one up I got here.
Oh,
I'm a businessman. I'm going to buy the Giants.
He's not still playing, so I don't think he'd give him. Tom could buy it back from him. Sources told us at the time that the split was amicable and they had already been living apart for months. Insiders then shared that Nader was loving the single life and making the most of her newfound freedom in the Hamptons alongside Kourtney Kardashian's best friend, PR guru Simon Huck. In June, she showed up to Olivia Colpo in Christian McCaffrey's Rhode Island wedding with Prince Constantine Alexios of Greece, sparking relationship rumors. Ooh, the prince. However, by 4th of July weekend, Nader appeared to be fully back on the market as she turned up solo to Michael Rubin's star-studded white party in the Hamptons. Brady was one of the many celebs to also make it out in the holiday fete, though it's unclear if that's what you first met Nader. This wouldn't be the first time the 7-time Super Bowl champ was seen playing the field at one of Rubin's famous Fabulous Bashes, though. A source exclusively told Page 6 in July 2023 that Brady was talking to different women at last year's party, one of them being Kim Kardashian. Dude, that's so crazy. Some guy's just like, look at Tom Brady talking to ladies, write it down. Look at Tom Brady having some sandwiches, write it down. It's like, that's the dumbest reporter of all times. Tom Brady's fucking. I report on Tom Brady's penis and nothing but Tom Brady's penis. The TBP news.
Yes, he's arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. Anyway, I'll wait till it's my turn. I'm sorry.
And one of the most famous athletes of all time. Yeah, I don't understand the problem. At the time, Brady had been linked to model Arena Shaq and spotted on several overnight dates with the Russian beauty. The romance was short-lived and fizzled out by October. Prior to his fling with Shaq, 38, Brady was married to Gisele Bündchen, with whom he shared two kids. The exes divorced in October 2022 after 13 years of marriage. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it Tom Brady for moving on in life and banging what he likes to bang? Man's famous, he's got money, he's got power, he's got connections. He gets to meet the most famous, most beautiful women in the world. And they have interest in him, and he has interest in them. What's the big fucking deal? Was it Brooks Nader? You get a divorce, you be single a little bit, and now you're like, I want some Tom Brady action. Why not? You get out there, you're 27. He's a good-looking man, but he's not 50 yet, so it doesn't feel as gross, but it's close. It's not a big deal. Is it the guy, Rubin, who throws these parties, basically just going, yeah, I'm not Epstein, but they're of age, but if you're famous and you come here, you can fuck stuff. And they're like, okay. Or is it page 6? I get it. It's gossip news, whatever. I know he's a super, you're about to say Thursday, he's a super famous athlete and an attractive man and you know, a household name and everything. But I don't give a fuck about Tom Brady social life. I barely cared when he played football. I was a Giants fan as it was, but like still, he kind of bored me. I get it, he won a lot of stuff, but that was never really into it. He's always been like a guy whose personality kind of like didn't do it for me either. And I'm like, all right. So I always felt like he was just gay and he just hung out with supermodels because they got along with like talk and they like to say makeup and stuff. But
they eat the same.
Like after a while, whatever. Yeah, they say who's a piece of shit.
So it's unfortunately it's not Tom Brady. Like this is actually I guess it's not Tom Brady. It's fortunately it's not Tom Brady. And the reason why is we see this a number of times when athletes go from being the best at their sport to like they need brought back into normal life. Like he's found a new competitive outlet. And that's since 2022 and Giselle dumped him. He has been just tearing through supermodel after like he has channeled that competitiveness into fucking hot women. And I'm happy. That's a much healthier outlet than say gambling or drinking or, you know, one of those other drugs even. Like we saw Matt Barnes get so bad that Mark Cuban had to go save him. We don't want that for Tom. I'd much rather see him tear through hot supermodels. It's not the woman. She's doing her thing. I mean, what I didn't like is in that article, when it was in her section after the Kardashian, I didn't recognize any of the names. Like sometimes you were giving titles and sometimes you were giving names. And I just was like, fuck all of these people. They're all too rich and have done nothing notable with it. At least become a supervillain. It's not. Do you think Tom fucks like he coaches football or like he plays football? Like he's that precise and that down to a T? Like lick your clit, lick your clit. Fuck. No, like he doesn't. No. You think he's just loose all over the place?
No, I think he stinks. I think he's robotic, and without a coach, that guy doesn't know what to do, and he just goes through the motions.
Okay, you know what? Then good for her for not putting that out there in the press, and good for Giselle for that.
Well, they just started dating. Like, oh, Giselle, I think Giselle was ready to write a book, and we're gonna hear all about how much Tom Brady sucks in bed. Now Tom Brady's gay, and Tom Brady steals her makeup.
I could see all that. For me, the piece of shit is absolutely page 6. Not so much for covering Tom Brady, but for assuming he goes to all of these things and meets these people. Like he doesn't just select the next supermodel he's going to fuck like they select the next cover girl for their supermodel magazine. You know what I mean? Like he just chooses. He's like, oh, you're the new Giselle? Sweet. Let's link up. What supermodel is going to turn him down? Other than his ex-wife, who knows how gay and stealing of the makeup and he eats all of her women dinners and everything. Last thing I'll say is that all-white party. Did you know what crazy happened this year? That's when Kendrick intentionally dropped the "Not Like Us" video because he knew Drake was at the all-white party. Yeah. I just thought it was funny.
I did.
Who's your piece of shit, buddy?
It's the guy who was the masseuse or whatever who fucked Giselle with the cause of the divorce for real, like when she cheated on him. Because ever since then, Tom Brady has always been the hero, come out on top, whatever, and he looked like a tool. Like your hot wife was like, you're not performing enough in the bedroom, maybe on the field, but in the bedroom you ain't doing it, champ. So I'm gonna bang other people. Fuck you. And ever since then, he's just been trying to prove, look at I could still get women, but like nobody's bragging. There's never been like all this. Will Chamberlain always had bragging women. Like there's always Ric Flair always had bragging women. The men who have always been like with the big libidos have always had women like, oh my god, like whatever. You never hear anything from Tom Brady. I know he was married for a little bit, but even the other girls that he dated or was whatever beforehand that were actresses and stuff, they're all like plain Jane kind of. And then when he got more famous, he's like, I think I should be with him. I think he's always trying to chase to go, look, I'm a man. I'm a fucking man. But you're not a man when some fucking pool boy or whatever he was, a karate instructor, whatever the fuck he was, comes in and fucks your wife. A karate instructor fucking your wife when you're Tom fucking Brady, you're a fucking dork. So that guy is the piece of shit because he's made Tom Brady now run around and have to tell us, look at me, I'm banging ladies. Like, okay, you should be able to bang ladies. You have billions of dollars. Fuck you.
I didn't realize he was a karate instructor. So you're telling me Tom Brady had a chance to do the white OJ?
Yeah. I mean, that was I guess you didn't watch the roast. They brought that up a million times. Like the OJ jokes and you know what I mean, like that was all in there with the karate.
Oh, I didn't realize that. No, I didn't watch the roast.
Yeah, it's very well done, but like all that they did not stop bringing up the karate instructor. Like, it didn't stop.
I mean, as to be, did Brady? And I'm assuming Brady took it kind of in stride.
No, he was pouting and fucking. At one point, he got mad. And yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Well, I don't have something quite as cool as Tom Brady, but I do have a story I think you'll quite enjoy. North Korea's trash balloons escalate tensions with South Korea.
Is that a racial slur?
No, I wish it was. The already tense relationship between North and South Korea has taken a peculiar turn with the recent deployment of thousands of balloons carrying trash, including toilet paper and manure, from North Korea to its southern border. These provocations have been condemned by South Korean officials as despicable, shameful, and vulgar, prompting a swift and robust response from Seoul. The trash balloons first appeared in late May when North Korea began launching them across the demilitarized zone that separates the two countries. The whatever was inside the balloons have been found in various locations. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to say that word. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I was with you. I was like, what the fuck's going
on? They've been found in various locations, including a sensitive area such as the South Korean presidential compound and an U.S. Army base. While none of the trash was hazardous, the incidents have nonetheless raised significant security and public health concerns. In response, the South Korean military has resumed round-the-clock loudspeaker broadcasts along the border. These broadcasts, which have been halted under pre-de-escalation agreements, play a mix of propaganda, world news, and popular South Korean K-pop music. This has further inflamed tensions, with North Korea's Kim Yo-jong, sister of the leader, issuing threats of severe retaliation. Pat, who is the piece of shit in this story? Is it North Korea for sending trash balloons? Not healthy, not sanitary, but, you know, there are worse things they could do, right? They could have sent, like, biohazards or AIDS. Is it South Korea?
Yeah, or AIDS, I guess. That's one.
Is it South Korea for being like, oh, you want to send garbage? Here, check out our CIA tactics from Iraq, Desert Storm, round 1. Is it the K-pop bands whose music is being used as torture against the North Koreans? They're like, hey, we got a big paycheck this month. Somebody's playing our music. Who is it? Oh, it's the military to torture other people. Or is it whoever wrote this article? I just assumed they were garbage people in North Korea. You don't need to waste time and tell me they made balloons full of shit. I assume that's what they did for fun. I just assumed old shit balloon was a kid's game they played. Pat, who's your piece of shit?
Dude, trash balloon. Anyone whose idea it was to make trash, you're you're saying like you could do worse thing. No, I would rather get anthrax sent to me. At least I go like, okay, there's some evil genius behind it. Someone's trying to just sending me your garbage flying in a balloon. You're an asshole at like the lowest level. Like that is not military shit. That is not fucking government versus government shit. That is literally like, I'm a fucking bully and you're a stupid baby and I'm gonna fly, like, your dog took a shit in my yard, so I'm gonna tie it to a balloon, I'm gonna fly it over your yard, then I'm gonna shoot the balloon and have a poop drop. Like, it's fucking crazy that this would be their choice. Out of all the things they do, there's talks of them having nuclear warheads. Like, nah, son, we got trash balloons. Yeah, it's whoever's idea was, I got it, trash balloons.
See, I kind of have to disagree with you a little bit. I love the idea of a guy being like, we don't have weapons. How do we annoy the bigger power? Oh, I got an idea. Let's just shoot garbage at him. That pissed me off if somebody shot garbage. And there's a history of people who try to drop via balloons like USBs and shit into the North Korean people so they understand what's going on. I kind of like the idea of the government being like, oh, we're going to send back what we think of that. It'd be like if somebody sent you a subpoena and you shit in the envelope and sent it back to them. Like, it's that level of disrespect. I kind of respect it. Like, as much as you can.
I mean, Bobby, if you're going to do it right, you put pee in it.
Well, you freeze the pee and then slide it under the door. Subpoena. We learned about subpoena. You're below my pee now. Nah.
Ah.
So for me, the piece of shit, it's kind of the sister. who said if they don't stop playing the music, there will be revenge. Don't let them know what's coming. Right?
Well, she didn't. She didn't say if you know.
Oh, I
the
just
music. Here come the trash balloons.
no, they did trash balloons first, then the music occurred, and then she was like, "If you don't stop, I'm gonna get revenge." Like, hey, you already got trash balloons. You're winning. Don't let them know what your next move is. Don't let them know there's revenge coming. They'll be on the lookout. Catch them off guard.
More trash balloons.
Even more trash balloons.
Unrecycled trash balloon. No.
Don't get me wrong. Like, we all know North Korea has its image out there. It's a bit of a problem, right? But there is something to be said about just kind of poking the bear nonstop, and I respect that a little bit. Getting under North.
You don't fuck with people. Do not fuck with these people. It's wild.
Terry Neese does bring up a good point that it could be a trucker bomb. You know, like we've seen in other countries like Ireland and North Ireland. This is just garbage. Nobody's dying. It's just a severe inconvenience.
We don't know. Maybe inside some fucking deadly shit, though. You never know. That's
what the article went on to speculate. I cut it off early. Is that they're testing this to see if they could drop cameras and recording devices and all that shit.
Midgets, all kinds of shit.
Oh, God. North Korean midgets.
Well, I don't think it'd be theirs. I think it'd be like loose ones they found. Hey, do you remember Juicy Smollett?
Yeah, from the Mighty Ducks. He seemed like a promising young actor. I wonder what his future went on to be. Probably nothing of significance.
Was he in Mighty Ducks?
Yeah, he was.
Nice.
I was just doing a bit where I was like, wonder what he went on to do. I'm guessing nothing of any controversial all that stuff.
Well, this isn't really about him, but like retired Chicago cop who exposed Jussie Smollett hoax warns voters about Kamala Harris. So the cop that exposed this was like, hey, I've been warning you guys about this lady. Vice President Kamala Harris once called infamous hate crime hoaxer Jussie Smollett a victim of the attempted modern-day lynching. Now the presumptive Democratic nominee for president, Harris to this day has not deleted her 2019 social media post that repeats the false claim, even after the Empire Actor's criminal conviction in Illinois for the fake attack. Smollett claimed two masked men doused him with bleach, put a rope around his neck, and said, "This is MAGA country" in the heart of Chicago during the 2019 polar vortex. Jussie is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm praying for his quick recovery. Harris posted in 2019, "This was an attempted modern-day lynching. No one should have to fear for their life because of their sexuality or color of their skin. We must confront the hate." Weeks later, after it became clear police were investigating Smollett for filing a false report, Harris said she was sad, frustrated, and disappointed by news that the actor made false claims to police. But her initial comments were a rush to judgment that showed a hasty decision before all the facts were known, said Eugene Roy, a retired police officer chief of detectives for more than 30 years. Harris' campaign and her White House office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. It's one thing to express your support for a friend. It's another thing to use your platform as a government official to prejudge a case before it's played out, before all the facts are known, said Roy, who was featured in the Fox Nation documentary Jussie Smollett, Anatomy of a Hoax. And it goes on and on to fucking question her on this. But okay, who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Kamala Harris for not taking down this tweet back in the day? I mean, sometimes I kind of respect someone who doesn't take down a tweet. They fucked up, they made a mistake, but she said other statements after and said she was let down. But is it Kamala Harris for also coming out right away and prejudging, like they said, and saying, this and that, whatever, and then being wrong? I mean, it happens. I mean, a lot of people believe, it's not just Kamala Harris, a lot of people believe that this was real, and that's why it became a big deal when they're like, holy shit, he's been lying. Is it the Chicago fucking former detective chief who's like, yeah, fuck Kamala Harris? Like, what? Why? Why are you saying this right now? I mean, I get it. You don't want her to be president. I'd be like, hey, take it easy. One time she believed what everyone else believed. Like, I'm not a big Kamala Harris fan, but like, this isn't really a story. Hey, she also used to think Pluto was a planet? Yeah, we all thought that, stupid. Like, I don't know. It's whatever. Is it Jussie Smollett? Because he's still in the news sometimes, but still no one cares. Who's a piece of shit?
So, let me start by, I think Kamala is a piece of shit, but I don't think she's the piece of shit in this story. And here's why. We've created a society where if you don't comment right away, people take it as the most offensive thing you can do. Like if she hadn't put a tweet out in that moment, her community would have turned on her. And by community, I mean like socially liberal Democrats, the woke, like all that stuff would have turned on her. And she was acting on the information available at the time. I like to go back to a time where you don't have to comment on the news, right? Like you wait for all the information to come out and then you could kind of speak on it. But unfortunately, we as a society, through the media, through social media, through things like that, have created something where you can't wait. You have to make that impact judgment. And shocker, the idiot made the wrong call. No surprise there. The police chief of Chicago or whatever his name is, he's kind of a piece of shit for bringing it up now. Because, like, I do get she's running for vice president and you don't want to, but of the two candidates, she's more Blue Lives Matter than him. He's a felon, and she's the one who's supported the military prison industrial complex. Mandatory minimum sentencing. She's using, low wages. Like, she is the pro cop of the two candidates right now. So to speak out, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot there. Jesse Smollett is a piece of shit, but he hasn't done anything new. He's taken kind of a step back, right? I haven't heard anything about him. Have you?
Just from jokes and things, but not about the guy. I think he did try to come out and say something like a year or so ago, and then people are like, we don't care.
And so
he wasn't that famous enough. He had that one decent show, but like
that he was about to be fired
enough for
from.
us to really care.
And so, like, it's not him. He's not he's not the one leading the interview. Hey, what do you think about that hate crime I faked? So it's not him. The piece of shit's the media and the society we've created. If Kamala Harris hadn't tweeted support of Jussie Smollett, now it didn't have to be as aggressive as it was, certainly, but if she hadn't tweeted that, what do you think would have happened? May not have been the same newspapers, but a large group of newspapers would have been like, oh, look at so-and-so being quiet on this major issue. And it's like, it's just as bad. We've created you have to have the right image at all times, us against them type society. Like you were saying, when this whole thing went down, a bunch of people thought it happened. Well, I was with a bunch of people who were pretty sure right away it was a scam. And they were operating under the same you know what I mean? Like it had literally become, are you on this side or are you on this side? And whatever this side thinks, we think the opposite. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the people fighting the government. That's my piece of shit.
All right. Yeah, I don't care that she tweeted it because she wasn't the vice president yet. It was 2019. Trump was the president. It was even before COVID. Like they got in, in 2020. Like so, and at that point, I don't know if a year earlier, it took Biden a while to choose his person. I don't even know if she was the vice president nominee yet. I mean, she could have been, but a year earlier, I don't think so in 2019. But she was obviously someone people were talking about. At one point, I think she was also somebody, her, Tulsi Gabbard, people like that, were running for president.
Yes, absolutely.
Biden that she chose. So therefore, she was just trying to make statements because she was trying to make sure her name was out there. So I get that. I don't care about the cop doing it either. Listen, he's got his 2 cents to weigh in. I think it's his way of, he doesn't like Kamala, but he wants to go. Everyone's like, "Well, you just don't like her. What's the point? You like Trump?" He's like, "No, but here's why. I don't like someone who feels phony and do-faced." Like, okay, and then he has an example. So he is a respected person in certain areas, so I understand that. Piece of shit to me is anyone who gives a fuck about Twitter and X or whatever, because that's the main part here. The main part's not that she said she didn't delete this social media thing. Like, it's social media. It's being on there. So she gave an opinion. Yes, because she has a higher job and a high-profile person, I guess we're supposed to care a little more. But it's her being out in a social setting, giving an opinion. And she was wrong. And so is the person that writes, dude, the Buffalo Bills are definitely going to win the Super Bowl this year every year. Should it be like yelled at for not deleting it when they don't win? He thought one thing. Other people thought that at one point, and he didn't fucking win. Who gives a fuck? It's just something on Twitter. It's just written words. So if she removes, does that mean her statement is gone? No, she said it at one point. But we've all said things and changed our minds. We've all said things. No one watching or involved in the show in any way is the same person they were 10 years ago. In any way, with different opinions and thoughts, we change and evolve as people, or we devolve as people sometimes. But either way, it's not the same fucking thoughts and opinions. Who gives a shit? It's people that give a fuck about it being on social media. Now, if she went on television and used the time, like in her debate, and said, listen, I know we're talking about foreign policy and we're talking about trafficking, but man, The Juice Smollier, that guy's fucking champion. And we should believe everything he has to say. And my whole ballot is being run on this campaign. Go Juicy. I'm going to have Juicy on my pants. I'm going to say it all the time. And then people are like, what the fuck? Then I get it. But if not, it was a tweet. Who gives a shit?
It's time to move on.
Should have moved on from the second it happened. I mean, I know people I know people who still haven't taken down things like how much they loved me 7 years ago on their Facebook. We broke up and we don't speak now. Do I have to like fucking call the police? It's something, if they felt one way then, they don't feel that way now. Who gives a fuck?
I mean, I would imagine you and I must date different type of people, because the people I date would be like, you call them right now.
Call them?
Yeah, you get them to take that down.
Oh, you're saying with another person I'm dating. Oh, yeah, I didn't even know that. No, I just meant like, other words, I have posted I was married at one point 20-something years ago.
But now you're not.
Right. Do I have to take it down or it's not real? Like, I don't know.
Nah.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's social media. Let's nuke the internet. No more. Pat, do you want to hear about you want to hear about Elon Musk, or you want to hear about army fraud?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk it is. And by the way, they do not let you create any images even remotely close to Musk or about this story even remotely. So this is what we're dealing with. Deal with it. Oh. Elon Musk claims woke mind virus killed his transgender child. Oh, no. In a recent interview with Jordan Peterson on the Daily Wire, it's like if you were doing things to irritate trans people. Jordan Peterson, check. The Daily Wire, check. Tech mogul Elon Musk, check. Made a series of controversial statements regarding his transgender daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson. Musk claimed that Vivian was, quote, killed, end quote, by what he referred to as the, quote, woke mind virus, end quote, blaming left-wing ideologies for her decision to transition. During the emotionally charged interview, Musk revealed deep regrets about signing medical paperwork that facilitated his daughter's transition during the pandemic. He expressed feeling manipulated and tricked into those decisions at a vulnerable time. Musk, known for his vocal opposition to allowing children to transition, reiterated his stance that children should not be permitted to make such significant decisions about their identities at a young age. Musk has consistently used his platform to speak out against what he views as the danger of woke culture. He continued to fight on the woke mind virus on X. Musk's comments have sparked a wide range of reactions, with supporters praising his candor and critics accusing him of perpetrating harmful stereotypes and misinformation about transgender individuals. Vivian Jenna Wilson, who legally changed her name and gender last year, has not publicly responded to Musk's comments. Pat, who is the piece of shit in this story? Is it Elon Musk? Like, you're not a doctor. At the same time, he's a parent who feels like he was manipulated into doing something that didn't help his kid in the best way possible. So if you were in his position, I see you speaking out. He's rich and he has a platform. If he wasn't using it, I thought we were supposed to use our platform. So is it Elon Musk? Is it whoever wrote this article? He's not a doctor. He's a hurt father. Shut the fuck up. Look up the research. Is it the people who were mad at Musk? Like, he went through this experience and is commenting on it. It'd be one thing if he didn't go through the experience, but he literally went through it and is now commenting on it. Oh, and by the way, if you look at the statistics, they're all backed up, everything he says. Like, you should wait until after puberty. So, Pat, who's your piece of shit in this not controversial at all story?
Elon Musk.
Fair
Shut
enough.
up. It's your family. It's not your thing. If you were as you, that's one thing. But again, another story that why are we hearing about it? You have so many things going on, Elon. You got so many fucking things on your stupid plate. You don't treat how you're being a dad the same way you treat Tesla launching a new truck. You don't fucking come out and talk about it and say, here's my opinion. He's also not a mechanic. There's a lot of things Elon's not, but he is rich and he's smart. So therefore, you get to have some opinions. And I get that. We've all listened to his opinions more times than not. But in this one, this is not an opinion. This is a father dealing with a child and not happy with the way he feels he was led one way and not the other. Shut up. Handle it in house. Deal with your business. Don't make your kids feel like they're fucking products and shit. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. I think the reason why we're hearing about it now is came out the same day he endorsed Trump. So people were just looking for
No,
anything
I
to
get it, but
rile
he should have
people up.
never talked about it. It wouldn't be there if he didn't talk about it.
That said, why shouldn't he talk about it now that it's done? He feels
It's
like
not
it
him.
didn't go
It's
well.
It's his kid.
But
If it was
he
that happened,
signed,
it's one thing.
but it did happen to him because he signed off on it, and he's saying we need to wait till these kids are adults and can make the decision for themselves. Don't put me in that position.
But it happened to his child. I don't give a fuck who signed on it. It happened to his child. If something happened to my child and I signed off on it, I'm mad to sit with me. I get to talk about their lives and put their shit out there if they don't want it out there. That's shitty parenting. To talk about it all. We would not know about it at all if he didn't fucking talk about it. I don't know anything about Elon's kids.
Yeah,
Unless
and if
Elon
you notice,
putting it out there.
they dead named her because they didn't have her new name. Like,
right,
she's
she
leading a
shouldn't be in
private
the news
life.
at all. She's not a scientist or a person who speaks in any way. That's what I'm saying. Like, none of this gets talked about in any way or brought up at all if he fucking doesn't talk about it. Because she wasn't going to go to the news.
I do see him as a shitty parent. Don't get me wrong.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's why he's a piece of shit.
But if he transitions into politics, then is he allowed to talk about the issue in general and warn parents? Like, where's the line? It's a gray area. I personally am like you. I wouldn't. It's in house. If it was my kid, they went through it. I'm not talking about it. But I'm also not the richest man in the world.
I mean, if he can talk about whatever he wants, but we're just choosing pieces of shit. I'm not saying right or wrong.
Okay, no, I was just curious.
Shit. Well, I don't give a fuck what he does. If he runs for office, no one's doing anything right. No one's got couth anymore. We're all happy that Trump's around because he yells and screams. Biden's being yelled at by everyone. You're too old and you're stupid. That's our president of the United States. No one gives a fuck about boundaries anymore anyway. But it's just like that's why we're becoming this shit country. Fucking keep your shit inside. Take care of your shit. Love your children. Don't use them as ways to use it politically. I know I have a stance on something because my child. Fuck you. Just care about the thing and shut up. Be like Derek Jeter. Donate money, but don't fucking put your name out there. Shut up.
I kind of agree with you 100% because what would be a much more impactful story than Elon coming out and doing it is one of the thousands of people who regretted doing it as a kid who are now trying to get their message out there, but it can't be heard. You own one of the biggest platforms in the world. Elevate those personalities. Give them a shot to get their message out there. If you care, do it behind the scenes, use the algorithm. And exactly like you said, Pat, you stay the hell out of it. It's not. If
you want to say it's your foundation, that's fine. If you want to say, hey, I believe this is something that I think is really hurting more people than we believe. I have some personal people in my life that don't leave it like that. But I want to get behind this story and this person. Remember Joe the plumber years ago? It was like that hardworking American, Joe the plumber. They made his whole thing into Joe the plumber is America's man. And the whole thing. They should have like Joe the lady man and Joe the lady man. They just talk about Americans trans and man, they really need more rights and a couple more lefts because they're missing everything in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, Joe trans.
Fair enough. I don't like that he's using, like you said, his daughter. That's kind of a shitty move for me. Do it non behind the scenes. Get the message out there. There's a lot of data on the issue that kind of says you're right. So get that data out there, but you shouldn't be the one to present it. Find the right people. Find you know what I mean? Like that's what the issue these days. Like we're not going to the doctors for medical advice. We're listening to people ranting on YouTube. Like, and I'm not saying COVID in particular or anything like that, but just like non-experts are giving expert advice and people are listening to it like they know what they're doing. They don't. Like, I've learned nothing in my 32 years of life other than that my parents had me when they were my age. They didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, you would always growing up, you're like, oh, these guys have it all under control. And now I know, no, they didn't have shit under control.
Oh, I was lucky enough to know my parents did not have it under control at an early age.
Yeah, you didn't get the disillusionment I did.
Yeah.
Life's been a slow slide to the bottom, baby. I'm going to sewer slide soon.
And you guys should sewer slide your way into liking and subscribing to our channel. Bobby, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. I got to run around and do a couple of other things. But no show tomorrow, Thursday. But Friday will be, I believe, a 4 o'clock show, because by the time I get out of work and get to the hotel and get there, it'll be like 4:30. We'll let people know we'll do a show, but it might be an hour later. Just so that's okay with you, Bobby.
On Friday?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Right. Instead of, I would say we're going to try to push for 3:30, but I don't think we're going to get there in time from one place to the other. So we'll probably say around 4 o'clock. No show tomorrow. Try to see if we can get a Thursday Thoughts out. If not, we will make up a bunch of them pretty soon. But thank you guys. Like, subscribe, all that. Make sure you get tickets to go see me and Bobby at Comics Roadhouse at Mohegan Sun, August 8th through 10th at comicsroadhouse.com. If you happen to be in the area and you want to go see a show this weekend, I'm also there opening up for Matt Friend at Comics Roadhouse for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday shows. Bobby, anything else?
No, not at all. Thanks for joining us. If you can't join and beat them, and don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, don't do it. Why